Hoi there, small fry, and welcome to Itch.io Tasty, the series where we take a random keyword or phrase, pop it into the itch.io search bar, and see what kind of interesting games we find. This week, I decided to just pop YouTube in there to see what we find when we put YouTube in the itch.io. I already explained the premise of the show to you. I'm just reiterating it now. You don't need it repeated. I put YouTube in the search bar, I found games that were associated with YouTube in some convoluted way, and then I've put them in a list with a weird little review thing for you to hear. I don't even know why I'm saying that so angrily. I'm not actually that mad about it. Shall we just... I feel like we've got off on the wrong foot, you and I, okay? I'm sorry, I overreacted. I hope we can move past this. I realise this is a terrible first impression, but let's just move on, shall we? Okay? Here are some games what I done played. Imagine Cookie Clicker, with none of the stuff that made Cookie Clicker interesting. You've just imagined YouTube Commenting Simulator. It's a clicker game, except unlike other clicker games that kind of build off the central clicking idea and add different gimmicks and things, you are just clicking. As you can see from the footage here, you click the mouse, the comments write themselves, they get posted, there's another video, and it just repeats over and over again. The main problem with this is it's not funny or is trying to say anything. It's not even really parodying YouTube comments. I mean, the stuff that's being said is just so mundane, so pedestrian, that they're not even mocking some of the hyperbole and ridiculousness that comes from, YouTube comments at their funniest. It's just words. You're just clicking to make sentences happen over and over again. It was made for a game jam, it's free, etc, etc. They're not trying to sell it to anyone, it's just there. But the thing that I have to ask is, what's the point? I don't know why this happened, outside of it being done for a jam, but even then, you still want to try and be outstanding in a game jam, generally, don't you? Like, you want to make something notable, otherwise why would you do it? But, I don't know. I don't know. This one gets 2 likes to 15 dislikes, I guess. This is YouTube Retro. Well, I mean, it's not really YouTube Retro, because I feel like YouTube Retro would actually be pretty good. Looking at the screenshots and stuff that was on the itch.io page, it looked interesting. It was like, what would YouTube be like in the olden days? The only problem is that when I'm playing it, it's just a white screen. I'm just looking at a white screen. I can hear footsteps, so there is a game, but the graphics just haven't happened at my computer. I tried it once, tried it again, tried to work out what was wrong. I don't know, but it's just a white screen for me. It might be good, I don't know. But with what I played, I can only give it a copyright takedown strike out of 10. Here's Tube Tycoon. Now, we've played several games like this before on Steam Early Access, even. A lot of games are trying to do this whole YouTube simulator thing. Tube Tycoon is not a bad one. It's not exactly flash with its graphics. It's not exactly brimming with interactivity. But it is an interesting little time waster. It is actually something that is... I was able to chill out playing it. That phrase is often used to... justify certain games that don't have a lot going for them, but genuinely here, I played this more than almost every single other one on the list today, and I was kind of compelled to do it. Like, I am just watching numbers go up, but it has that cookie clicker thing to it. It is that cookie clicker thing with that little extra gimmickry to it, where you are just, like, accruing wealth and subscribers and watching bars go up, and it's a very immediate, very basic bit of instant gratification. It's got a little level up system where you can unlock the ability to do more videos and stuff like that. I've seen that in other games before, so something like this, which is just free to download, it's a decent little way to waste a couple of minutes if you've got nothing else to do. I don't dislike it at all. So for this one, I'm going to give it a YouTube hero out of 10. Compare that to YouTube Simulator, which is almost a choose-your-own-adventure, almost a text-based game, but not. Like, it is to text-based games what YouTube Commenter Simulator was to the clicker genre, in that it's that, but nothing. You just click these buttons over and over again. Little stats go up and down. Eventually I got really bored and just clicked sleep, 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 sleep for days and days and days until I apparently died of heart attack, which, yeah, that is where I'm headed in real life. Don't need to be reminded about it in a game, thank you very much. But, yeah, just nothing to it. Nothing to it. So this one gets Content ID claimed. That was my rating for it. Let's swiftly move on to the pick of the week, and I do not often give a pick of the week of anything to a game with simulator in the title. But this one, a little bit less cynical than your average simulator, because it's actually quite cool. It is Barbershop Simulator, and it is exactly what it sounds like and what it looks like. You get heads with beards on them, and a little picture of the hairstyle they want, well, the facial style they want, and you use razors and clippers to carve that style. The game is quite fun. It is quite fun. Again, very similar to Tube Tycoon. It's not exactly heavily involved, but it is something where your brain switches off and you can just while away some minutes messing around with the hair on someone's face. Pretty cool. I actually quite like it. The game has some issues. It seems a little bit troubled when trying to detect how well you did someone's hair. I've gotten A grades, like perfect grades before, when clearly the style I ended up was not as good as the one that it was supposed to be. Like I, do a goatee, and I had half the goatee shaved off, and I was still getting full marks for it. So its judgment system isn't particularly good at judging. But the actual act of trying to carve the hair and trying to get it to look how it should, and then earning money for upgrades so you can get, gold and silver clippers and razors and whatnot, and unlocking different hairstyles that are more difficult to do. That's all cool. It's got a nice sense of progression. It's got a great soundtrack. The whole style is very... it almost looks like a barbershop in Colombia. In fact, the till at the back looks exactly like the old-style money tills that you see in Bioshock Infinite. So I like it. Very much did enjoy my time with that one, and again, for something that can be freely downloaded, you can't say fairer than that. This one gets highest mark of the week. 1 million subscribers out of 10. And then there's Video Maker's Apocalypse. I don't know how to start this game. You go over to the bit where it brings up the main menu, but you can't interact with the main menu. So all you're really doing is sliding this character around this very small room. This is the sum total of my experience. 0 subscribers out of 10. And that was my video about games based around YouTube, or at least games that come up when you put YouTube into the search bar. There were some others, couldn't get half of them to work. Hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed my video where I talked about the games that I played and then gave you these weird little unscripted reviews full of ums and ahs. And I hope you'll be back next time for another one. Until next time, get itchy and stay tasty, my friends, and I'll see you later. Goodbye. Bye.